want to talk to you about, I didn't have my mic there. Today I want to talk to you about your niche, because this is over fucking heard of, and I've been lost on this fucking shit for so long. And I keep going in and dabbling and changing and all this stuff, and changing your thing at the top, like your little bio, your little descriptions, your little banner. That's all okay. That's all good. As long as you are constantly aware of what you are doing, who you're serving, right? And there's so much fucking stuff about you need a niche. You don't actually need a niche, because if you're a reflector in human design, the way I teach it is that you don't actually need to niche down, because reflectors, this is why astrology blueprints and your soul blueprint is so important as playing a part of, to see in your chart, actually, do you work better with a niche or without? Because you can do business both ways. I've worked with people who have a complete open chart in their human design. Those of you who don't know human design, definitely go and check it out. And if you want to work with me, the link is dropped in the description box below. And you can go and grab, I've got like a new one-to-one offer right now where you can get unstuck within $77 of a one-to-one with me in Telegram. So if you want that, check it below. It's very fucking exciting. Anyway, back to, you do not need a niche. If you are a reflector, or any other type as well, sometimes if you're completely open in all these spaces, that means you have wisdom to share on almost a lot of different areas. And if you block yourself from doing that, that's money you're leaving on the table. But equally, there are some of us who are very specialized in one key zone. And that's the place where you simply just want to position yourself from. But it doesn't mean you can't talk about all the other things. So for example, and I've nailed this, I've literally been studying you guys. So I'm going to share exactly how I've nailed this for myself so you can apply it. So this video is essentially going to be, if you're somebody who wants to niche down, right? Because some of us had that calling of, we know deep down we're meant to be specifically doing something specific. And if you've got that pull, that is your intuition actually guiding you to being more specific. At the same time, if you've landed on this video and this is not for you, if you don't actually want to niche in, because I'm actually going to teach you how to actually get structured, how to actually get that specificity, I can never pronounce this word, specificity from what it is that you do, okay? Now, I'm going to just share a little bit on my journey. Obviously, those of you who are new here, I started off with astrology 5 years ago on Instagram, and I just started sharing astrology tips, because I was like, I kept seeing all these astrology stuff and I was like, this is not true. They kept talking about my moon sign. I was like, I don't think like that. I'm an Aquarius moon in the 8th house. So no, that's not me. So I was like, I'm going to go teach my way, because my way is the true way. So that's how I started, right? It was just I don't agree with what's been said online. Let me just share my piece of what I want to say on the platform. So I started that, grew that to 10,000, moved over to TikTok because I started getting bored of astrology, because astrology is just a tool that I use. I didn't want to be known as an astrologer. I was like, no. And I started doing astrology talks across the UK at Psychic Fair. So I was doing tarot and astrology. I was doing psychic readings and astrology, and I was loving it. But again, at the same time, something felt off inside where I was like, I don't want to just be known for astrology. Yes, I'm fucking good at that shit. Yes, it's how I read people and get to, give them the blueprint, but it's not what I want to be known for. So if that's you, it's absolutely okay to feel that way. In fact, it's better to feel that way, because that is your soul nudging you. That's actually your intuition guiding you towards the specific. We're going to keep doing this all video long. We're going to be doing this. It's guiding you towards your specificity of what you want to be sharing with people. Okay. So I feel like I'm speaking really fast because I'm fucking excited about sharing this, because it's literally just landed for me really, really crystal clear clarity literally over the last 24 hours. So that's why I'm here to share it with you. I can't fucking wait to give you the clarity that you need, because this is going to help you so much. Anyway, so where were we? Right. So I did tarot and stuff like that, and I grew my TikTok to 12,000 as well. So I noticed, okay, I've got a pattern. I know how to build an audience. I know how to grow an audience based off of the tools that I'm using. So I know how to grow an audience based off astrology. I have grown this, TikTok account to 12,000. And now I'm growing YouTube, and YouTube is like on 400 subscribers plus. So I obviously have this gift of content. I know how to sell myself. I know how to market myself. I know how to share the things that I fucking love and I'm good at, and show people the wisdom. So I've also made money online in every arena. So when I did astrology readings, I made money from that. When I did tarot readings, I made money from that. I've also made, I did like special one-to-ones where I've worked with business clients in between TikTok and moving to this new niche, which I'm now owning fully in the space. And this is what I'm here to be known for. While I was having that pivot, I started taking on business clients to see, okay, does this feel right? Yeah. Do I want to help entrepreneurs? Do I want to help spiritual entrepreneurs? Do I want to unblock them? All of this stuff was coming through. And that's where I started gaining more and more and more traction of like, oh, and I'll put some little testimonial thing here so you can just see. But this is literally the process sometimes, okay? So the first thing that I want you to recognize is if you are trying to find your niche, sometimes it's not as quick as you listen to this video and then it lands. Okay. I can do that for my clients sometimes if they're ready at the journey at which they're ready to just evolve into their niche. But sometimes this is the law of divine timing as well at play, where you need to actually collect so much evidence in your body, in your psyche, in your subconscious, that when it comes to the final moment of, oh yeah, I'm ready for this specificity that you're looking for, oh my God, I said it, when you're looking for, then everything comes together that much more quicker. But if you've got blocks in your subconscious, if you don't feel worthy, if you still lack confidence, if you're still being lazy, if you still haven't got the discipline in certain areas of your life, you might not still be ready to land that niche because you're not fully going to own it as well, right? And sometimes you still need to develop all the skill sets so that you can see the true value of what you are stacking when you finally reach that core zone of genius, right? That's what I like to call it, the zone of genius. Anyway, my main mission now, after all of that, my little story of where I've been, how I've been growing, all of that stuff, is now to take it forward to the next level. I seriously want to help intuitive entrepreneurs, intuitive creatives, empaths, because they have gifts. You have gifts, right? If you're watching this and you have so much potential, like it drives me nuts when I see people and I see them sitting in front of me, and I've had clients who sit in front of me and they have such amazing gifts that can be paid for, but they don't know how to put themselves out in the world. They've got fear of visibility. They've got all these blocks. And for me, I can see both. I can see the block so deeply and I can see the potential so deeply. And so my job and what I do best through I still use my tools of astrology. I still use my psychic senses. I use all of that, my energy work, and I tailor it, right? With, okay, this is the client in front of me. This is the block that you are sitting in, or the blocks, because some of us have multiple blocks, whether it's mindset, sometimes it's energy, sometimes it's strategy. With business and spirituality, entrepreneurship, like we blend the two together. It's not one or the other, it's both. So we need the light with the dark. We need both, right? So I teach you how to create offers from the darkness, the power, the pain that you've been in. Again, there'll be a video up here, or go and check out the Intuitive Creator playlist for that. And you can learn the formulas of how I teach certain aspects of this. And at the same time, we also need the light, and that's where you share from in terms of your marketing and, making yourself be monetized and creating money from all of this stuff and tying it all in together. Now, that's literally my gift. So I am owning the space of spiritual entrepreneurship, and I do it by unblocking your blocks first and foremost, and then giving you the clarity and the roadmap of where you need to go your way, right? That's the core piece, being your unique blueprint way. That's your soul. Your soul came here with a particular essence, a particular frequency, a particular energy, and a particular roadmap with your destined path, and we just walk that path, and I just make it a lot simpler, a lot clearer. But it's taken me 5 years to get to this level of clarity. Now you can feel it in my energy. Like if you're watching this, you can feel how good it feels to finally have landed here. I've got all my legacy offers now that have come through, my Intuitive Creator, my one-to-one spaces, my mastermind, like all of that was in the building process for the last 5 years. And I haven't had the clarity that I'm now able to give my clients, right? 1 second. I'm just checking. Yeah, this is on. Oh my God, my mic sometimes goes off and then it's like, oh, the stress because the volume is just so shit. Anyway, right. So if you're wondering, how can you get this clarity for yourself? Number one, I just want you to know, before we dive into the questions that later on this video that can actually help you, and you're going to go back and reflect. So if you haven't got your journal, you can literally go grab a journal and a pen right now, get up your phone notes, whatever the thing, pause this video and then go through it step by step, because that's going to help you. But before you do that, I want you to recognize, like I said, for me, it's taken me 5 years. So we cannot rush this process. Sometimes we are designed with the law of the universe, the law of divine timing. Like I just need you to get a picture of that, print this out and put it up on your wall in front of you so you can remember every time you feel challenged, every time you feel stuck, every time you feel like you're butting heads and it's not just quite right, keep going. And keep going with the law of the divine timing at the back of your head in mind, because that's going to help you cultivate that patience and that grounded energy in being in your present moment while you work out and figure out all of the things that you need to figure out. It will be figured out eventually, okay? That's the promise that I need you to make to yourself of, you're here to make an impact. You're here to be a spiritual entrepreneur, and there's something that's driving you and pulling you towards that. Don't give that up. Because there are so many entrepreneurs who will give that up along this journey because they don't have the clarity, because they don't see the way, they don't know the blocks, they succumb to the blocks. They keep themselves in environments that keep them small. They keep themselves in all the zones that are just keeping them trapped, right? So I don't want that to be you. So if that is you, I want you to carry on to that faith and knowing that law of divine timing is at play. You're exactly where you're meant to be right now, but it's not going to be the permanent home for you. It's not going to be the permanent place that you're staying. It's temporary. And that mindset, that awareness, that perspective shift in itself can be really, really powerful for you before you attack this finding your niche, okay? First of all, you are the niche. Like, you are the niche, literally. Like I explained, like me finding my niche is just all you're doing is gathering all the multiple things that you are amazing at, all the passions that you fucking love, and you're just tying it into one beautiful position from which you then guide like the majority of all your content, the majority of all your offers, but you still get to use all the multi-passionate zones, right? It's just about figuring out, okay, what do you want to be known for? So don't feel like when you are getting specific that you're going to lose out on the clients who are like potentially seeing you a certain way and things like that. Like, part of it is, yes, like for me, my main income through 2023 to 2024 was my readings. But then at the same time, because they liked me, my brand, my energy, who I was, my personality, I created courses, and then courses became the next thing that sold more than reading sometimes, right? Because I took away reading slowly to start selling more courses in business strategy and business coaching. So again, there are times in your business when you're doing your niche and stuff like this, when you're going into the growth zone of growing your business, growing yourself, growing your mission, and really refining all of that stuff. There will be moments where it does feel scary. That's okay. That's just like the next level that you are shifting. When you shift from one identity to the other, you'll be half in the old identity that's clinging on to the old offers that sold, the old stuff that has worked for you. And you're welcoming in the new identity that is very excited about actually leaning more into who you came here to be. So there is this scary growth zone bit, and that's a season that you have to learn to regulate your nervous system through, which is breath work. It's shaking. It's being more disciplined in the new identity and leaving behind the old identity step by step, one baby step at a time. Okay. So I think those are all the perspective things that I wanted to give you before we go into the questions of like how you can figure out your niche. But literally that is it. Like, you are your niche. So your soul blueprint is everything that you came here to be. So you're not chucking away any part of you in this process. And that's really important for you to know, because it allows you to just get clear in your mind of, oh, I'm not actually leaving behind anything. You're just positioning yourself in a new way that allows you to speak directly to people who allow themselves to make them feel seen, right? So if I came across as an astrologer, then you wouldn't be able to see my business mindset, my energy stuff, like all of the other wisdom that I carry so deeply in my aura, right? But again, for me to build up my business knowledge and my business value that I see in myself, I had to have 5 years of being in business in other niches of astrology and tarot. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Comment below if it doesn't make sense and I'll clear it up for you. Okay, so your personal brand, your position statement, your niche, right? If you are the niche, who are you? That's the first question I want you to dive deeper into and reflect. If I ask you, who are you? Because I asked myself this and I was like, I'm definitely not an astrologer. Oh no, I'm definitely not a psychic. Yeah, I've got the gift, but I'm not a psychic. I don't want to be known as that. So when you ask yourself these questions, you can really get clear on, oh shit, actually, who am I? Some of you might be like, I don't know who the fuck I even am. That's okay. I have Reborn, which is a program that I offer like occasionally. It's a seasonal offer. If you want it, just drop me a comment and just type in Reborn and I will message you the link. But again, like sometimes it's okay. Like we go into seasons where we're just lost, right? So again, ask yourself, who are you? Who are you really? For me, my answer to this is always, I'm a soul. Okay. Who are you as a soul? Okay, as a soul, I came here with a lot of limitations in my life growing up, and I've overcome those limitations. Now, most of them, right? For a long, long time, I wanted a soulmate. Okay, I'm able to move past the block of like my next narcissist, got taken to court, the rock bottom. Now manifested my soulmate, continuing that in like a 6-year-long journey with a 6-year-old son, going beautifully, going amazingly, right? I've had blocks in terms of my business and not knowing where I fit in the job industry. Like, yeah, I've got jobs and things like that, but I never found like my soul fit in. Okay, I started my business. Okay, in business now, where do I fit in again? Struggling with that, finding the niche, knowing it, owning it, and being like, oh, cool, I've overcome that. So again, my core of who I am, my soul came here to understand, be in the blocks for a little bit so that I gain the wisdom so that I can help people get unstuck, right? So I choose to do it in business because business is my biggest passion. It's the vehicle that's going to get you to the luxury lifestyle that you want, to the freedom, to the time freedom, the quality time, like all of the stuff, right? It takes you away from that hustle culture, all of that good stuff. So that is who I am. I'm all about freedom, and I'm all about getting paid for being me. So the next question, once you've got who are you down, is what value do you offer? Again, I found this hard to see, and then this is where I'm going to plug in some of my client testimonials. I think I plugged them in earlier, but I look to people telling me what I'm good at, because in my human design, I'm a 6-2 projector. So the 2 line, if you have any 2 line in your main profile, in your human design, the 2 line can't actually see their own gifts. They actually rely on other people telling them what they're good at. So I've had to rely on this my entire business journey, on people telling me what I'm good at. Astrology, I started off doing free stuff online and people going, oh my God, you're so good at this. And then I was like, oh, I am amazing at this. And then it was the same with tarot readings. I started off free in a Facebook group, grew that to like 1,500 before I started charging for it, because that was building up evidence and that was letting people tell me what I'm really, really good at. And so I could hone in on that. Again, on YouTube, when people comment and they let me know this video was amazing or this was so good, it lets me know what topics and the way in which I'm presenting stuff, what people actually really, really enjoy from my aura, from my energy, and from my wisdom, right? So again, then I get to see what value it is that I'm offering specifically, and I can create offers, I can create content, I can create all the things around that. So again, this is really important to recognize your niche, right? You need to know the value that you offer. And the third question is, why should people follow you? What is the transformation that you give to people? So for me, I am still on that journey with this niche of like the business side. I'm getting insights roughly. Obviously, people are subscribing because they see I'm helping them get paid for being them. I'm not giving them cookie cutter strategies. I'm not giving them, templates and blueprints and all this stuff. Like, I'll give them their soul blueprint, but it's about them. It's not about me. It's not about how I make money. It's about how you make money. So that is like my unique standpoint, my unique selling point, whatever the thing that they call it. I say standpoint because it's how I stand in my energy. So again, what is the thing that you offer to your people that gives them a reason to follow you? Like, are you doing something different in your industry? Are you doing something, like mine is like, I help soul-led business, I help you build your soul-led business that makes you feel like you. Like, that is my uniqueness, right? There's no molds, there's no fluff, it's no BS. Like, I just get straight to the point, give you the stuff, give you the nitty-gritty details step by step as well in each video sometimes, and then I give you the philosophy and the mindset and like all the things, right? So again, with yours, go deeper into what is that transformation. Now, again, if you want my help on this, I have my one-to-ones, go check it out below. But just reflect on this, have fun with this, allow yourself to, again, when you reflect on this, don't expect answers to come through to you straight away. Sometimes our intuition, very important. Sometimes our intuition, we ask it a question and then we need to mull over it a few days. We go for a walk, we get away from the desk, get away from the pen and paper, reflect, then come back to the video, come back to the journaling exercise, and then redo it and see if like new downloads come through, or suddenly while you're walking, you get an inspirational thought and you're like, oh yeah, that's the value, like whatever the thing, right? So don't force it. We never force. We just intuit, we reflect, and then we wait and we receive the downloads. Okay, that's the process. That's the process I walk through. It's a process I tell everybody to walk through, because intuition works the same way for everyone, but it just comes through different channels. So again, you can check your human design to know how intuition channels through you. So for me, it's like through claircognizance, because that's my main psychic gift as just a knowing, and also my soundboarding. So me talking things out allows me to hear my intuitive decisions. So again, check your human design for that stuff. If you want my help on this, you know where to come. Subscribe if you're new here, like this video, drop me a comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Mwah!